What is going on, everybody? It is Mike. We're doing another quick little video today. We're basically going to be doing an oil change on my mom's car, a little Acura. So I'm going to do kind of a tutorial video again like I did with my sister's car, trying to get something out of it. So we're just going to be doing a quick oil change and filter. I'm going to basically give a little quick tutorial. Again, most people probably know how to do this already, but just in case by off chance you don't know how to do it, I'm going to do a quick video just explaining basically the simple steps. It's almost the exact same process for pretty much every single car. Unless you're driving some crazy Audi or something like that, like the R8 where it has like 2 or 3 drain plugs. It should be a rather simple process. But yeah, as you can tell, we're walking around my house. Pretty much stole her car to pick up all the tools I would need for my garage, because that Caroline here is kind of taking up a lot of the space. So basically gonna swing by O'Reilly's once again, get all the oil, filter, get all that good stuff, and yeah, meet y'all there. Alright guys, we pretty much just made it back to O'Reilly's again, like we were here the other day. So we're gonna run inside. Again, you're pretty much just gonna need the oil filter. That's pretty much all you're gonna need. So I'm gonna go ahead and run those in. There's 2 ways to tell what oil type you need, and I'll show you the other way, but you can always, again, look it up on your phone, or you could go in the manual itself, owner's manual, and it will tell you exactly what oil type it is. Sometimes on some cars, like this one, for some reason, it doesn't really tell you the capacity or how much it takes, which is kind of odd to me. So you can always look, or if you're at your auto parts store, they can probably help out with that. But for oil type, yeah, you can see the oil type in there, or you can see it on the little cap on the inside of the engine bay, which I'll show you that when we get to it. But I'm gonna go run inside, basically pick up everything we're gonna need. Yeah, I'll see y'all when we get back. Alright, basically we're back. Basically just ran inside real quickly. Good old oil, nothing too crazy, didn't get like some extreme brand, and then just a little filter. For the filter, it's pretty easy. Once you go to the auto part section, there's a book that you can look through to see everything like that, or if you're having trouble, you can go always ask people at the register and they can pull up your car through the computer and then tell you what you need. But yeah, pretty much that's what you're gonna need to get. I guess I'll see y'all when I get back in the garage. Alright guys, so we're in the garage and everything like that. Got the car all pulled in and everything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually let it sit for just a little bit, because I do want the engine to cool off. It is probably extremely hot right now and I really don't want to get under there and burn the hell out of myself. So I'm gonna let it cool off for a little bit. Still relatively warm, so the oil comes out easy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna let the car cool off and then I'll catch you when it's done. Alright guys, so I went ahead, waited for the engine to cool a little bit, had something to eat. Basically, I'm gonna go over really quickly everything you're gonna need for the oil change. So you need an oil drain pan. It's gonna be really like one of the most important things you're gonna need, because you need somewhere for the oil to go once you start draining it. You're gonna need your oil filter, some gloves if you want to limit how messy you get, 2 jack stands, jack, socket set, breaker bar just in case, and then these are some oil filter wrenches. I got a variety because I'm not exactly sure which one will fit on the oil filter on there now, but that's relatively all you should need to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood open and show you where you can look to see what oil type you need if need be, and get started. Alright, here we go. Got the hood open, so you'll just have to look. It's usually right around the valve cover. So right here is going to be the engine oil dipstick. You can see what the level's at. And right here to the side, it's a little hard to see, but that is going to be your engine oil cap. On there it says SAEW OW20, which thankfully that's exactly what we got, OW20. So that's the other place you can look besides the owner manual of what to do. But that's pretty much what we need to do in the engine bay for right now. What we need to do is kind of get this car in the air. Got that side. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and the car should be in the air. Not enough. I would like to give it a little safety shove, kind of rock it, put some weight into it, push it a little bit, just to make sure it is truly on there and it's not going to collapse on me. I also keep the jack stand itself kind of under there. I mean, not the jack itself under there as a third support, just in case to kind of keep me safe. But let's kind of get under the car now. Alrighty, I know it's kind of hard to see, the lighting is not the best. My camera's going to try its best to kind of lighten it up. But as you'll see, this is the oil pan itself right here. On a lot of cars, sometimes they'll have a little thingy that indicates there's a little word that says engine oil and is pointing. And this little thingy right there at the end is going to be the drain plug. So I'm going to move you around to try and get you guys a little bit of a better angle on that drain plug itself. Now I'm going to try and see exactly what size that is so I can try and get a socket on there under there. Be careful when it does break loose like that, that you don't just completely accidentally slam your hand into a lot of things. I knew it was gonna be relatively tight because I'm the last person who did change this oil. But if you typically go to a shop, be careful. They do typically like to over tighten things, especially the oil filter. But thankfully enough, I'm the one who did this last time, so I know it's not gonna be difficult to get undone. And big heads up, make sure you take out your drain plug for your oil pan. You don't want to be the guy who accidentally starts filling it up and realizes when it's too late, oh no, I need to change out that. So once you get that positioned under there nice and evenly, go ahead and, you can use your hand to untie it. Just be cautious towards it overflowing. Overflowing when it shoots out. So I like to kind of keep pressure pushing it inwards until I really feel like it's twisted all the way off. And then I'll just go ahead and rip it out. I can still feel that it's a little warm still. It shouldn't hopefully be a problem. That's why I also enjoy having the gloves on. And go ahead and just pull it out like that. Go ahead and set it to the side. The drain plug won't get drowned while it's in the bottom of the oil pan. Set it to the side because it still will fill out. And I'm going to let that go for a little bit while it drains out until it slows down and becomes a drip. And now that it's more of a drip and not a consecutive seam, you can go ahead and put that drain plug right back on there and just kind of hand tighten it in. We're going to go ahead and re-tighten it at the very end, but for right now you can just kind of hand tighten it in. I'm going to dry it off a little bit, but I'm going to let the threads kind of drop in oil, kind of lubricate the threads on it, and then we're just going to go ahead and basically hand tighten it all the way back in. And once you guys get it hand tightened back in, we're not going to be looking for the oil filter. It's a large, it's like a large cylinder, kind of looks like a large can. If you think about it, some have like some weird shapes. It'll be kind of uniquely designed. There's not going to be anything else that kind of looks like it under here. So you just got to kind of look around. So this is it right here, your little oil filter. I got one of my wrenches that'll fit on there. Let me grab the socket, the ratchet I mean. Go ahead and slide it on there. Alrighty. Get all my tools out the way. I don't know why they put it, it's not like the best location for it to be at all. But be careful because the filter will be full when you take it off, so it's going to have some weight to it. It's going to be full. You don't want to just immediately have it drop and like spill everywhere. So just be kind of cautious of where you put it. And then it should relatively easily just screw it off. And what I'll do is I'll take it and then I'll just flip it over in there. Ooh, it's hot under there. Alright, so what we got here is we're going to look at this new oil filter. See this little O-ring? You want to make sure that the oil filter you take off the car has this O-ring on it. Otherwise, the O-ring is still on there, so when you try to put it on, it will be double stacked, and it will cause it to leak all around it because it won't seal properly. So make sure you do take off that O-ring on the oil filter that you took off just down there. And once you got that off, it's pretty much rinse and repeat. All you do is just put this back on in replacement to the old one. Screw it back on. Just hand tighten it back on there. See how that O-ring is still on there? That's what you want to see. But you just go ahead, hand tighten that back on. And then what I'll do, again, not stupid tight, just very, very lightly. Go back with the wrench on it. Again, very, very lightly. Just to ensure that it's tightly on there, but not really tightening it down. Like, that should be more than enough. I could go, like, I'm barely pulling on it. I really could go hard on it. But that's not what I need to do. Because then when you try to take it off in the future, it's going to be a pain. So go ahead, let me get this all off. I'm going to go back over and tighten the drain plug. And that should be it for under the car, guys. So go ahead, do this really quickly, tighten this little drain plug. And we should be able to move on. It's kind of in my way. Alright, there we go. Everything's on there, tightened up. Bam, that's relatively all you're going to do. You're going to grab yourself a funnel and just basically fill it back up there, check the dipstick, and you should be good to go. So I forgot maybe the most important thing, which is the funnel, which I should include in my toolkit, but maybe we have a funnel here. Okay, we do not have a funnel. So now I'm going to show you some cool trick I'm about to do. Alrighty y'all, so now that I've drank that water, I cut the bottle top off, have this is going to be my funnel. I went and dried it out for everybody that's going to go in the comments and be like, oh my god, the singular drop of water getting in your oil is going to hydrolock your engine. Alright guys, it's literally completely dry, so I'm going to use this as my funnel. I know it's not ideal, but it's going to get the job done and it's going to work, so I don't really care as much. And that's all that matters. We're going to basically just throw it in there like that, and voila, we have a funnel.
One eternity later.
Bam. That should do it. We just screw your cap back in. Go under, check for any leaks. No leaking. And that's it, you guys. You guys are pretty much done. Go ahead and close up your hood and call it a day. Guys, thanks for watching. I did another tutorial, just a little something to throw it in there. Again, like I said, probably a lot of people know how to do this already, but in case you don't, here you go. Here you do. It's pretty much the same process for every vehicle you're going to work on. So, yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching.